Sweet. All right. I think we are recording. So this task is for task 9 for the Work Health and Safety Diploma at South Metro Tafe, and it is for the unit of Law and Consultation. So to begin, we'll be talking about the agenda from the email sent in task 8 and then conducting a safety meeting addressing those agenda items. We have Eliza stepping in as the supervisor on behalf of Michael Turner and Nikki as our safety advisor and committee members. Perfect. So let's begin. The agenda items that will be discussed are opening and the purpose of the meeting for today, chemical handling, machine guarding, hazard reporting and following up, emergency stop button accessibilities, maintenance and inspection records, training gaps, and slip trips and spills reporting, and communicating back to workers. And then we will conclude a meeting with the next steps and review and picking another date to see if the items have been actioned. Okay. How are we going? Any questions?
Nope.
Cool. All right, let's get started. So the first agenda that we were speaking about was chemical handling. So there was an issue with the SDSs not being up to date with the new chemical. So what needs to be done to that is to obtain and distribute the SDS and making sure the safety data sheets are all up to date with all new chemicals, including protective PPE and safe handling of the chemicals. Who will be actioning this? The safety advisor with the supervisor of Nikki, Michael Turner, and the health and safety reps, James Carter, as it's been reported to me from a number of co-workers. I think we can agree this should be done within 7 days. Otherwise, we could be getting PIN notices for this. Any questions?
No, I agree.
Perfect. Next one is the machine guarding. So on the assembly line, some of it's missing on the new line equipment. Again, this goes with the supervisor for Michael Turner, who's on the assembly line, and then the supervisor. So it's been raised from a number of workers that it's not safe with the guarding. So what needs to be done with this? So we need to install appropriate guarding to meet Australian standards. And then we can move forward and do a retrain or conduct training for all employees on how to use the equipment safely. For actioning this, I think it should be the assembly line supervisor, which is you, Eliza.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can reconvene with health and safety reps as well to make sure that everything's up to date. And we can also include the workers in the consultation with this process as well. Perfect.
Yeah, once the guidance in place, I'll coordinate some refresher training so staff understand the process.
Perfect. I think this
Sounds
should
great.
be all up to date within 14 days. So 2 weeks to install the new guarding systems, and then conduct training as well. Perfect. Next one, another issue that's been brought to our attention is the inconsistent hazard reporting, especially using the report form cards. And the lack of follow-ups. So a number of workers are not using the report cards or having struggle using the report cards because of cultural barriers. So I think we have to look at updating them so it can be translated into different languages, which make it easier to use. And retrain all staff on hazard report cards, as well as ensuring that the supervisors are following up with this as well, to promote safety within green tech's assembly line and throughout the company.
Absolutely, yep. All very important stuff.
Yeah. Maybe we can incorporate a safety document that has like a tracking system to ensure that all supervisors are following up with the hazard report cards and making sure they're done, and then communicating that back to the workers as well.
Yes, mate, I'll get
Absolutely.
the safety committee onto that and making sure we track our reports to completion.
Perfect. So for action in this, we'll have the supervisors, health and safeties, and the reps, which is myself, and the safety committees. When do you guys agree on a time for this? I think within 14 days, everyone should be up to date with the training. And then I think we can do a follow-up with this by conducting monthly safety meetings as kind of what today is.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Perfect. The next thing that we can address is the emergency stop buttons on the new assembly lines. So a couple of workers mentioned that this was hard to reach in case of emergency too, that it kind of in a very difficult place, and that's actually causing a hazard, especially if something goes wrong in an emergency and we have to stop the production line straight away. So that's only one issue that was there, but I think we should go through all of our emergency stop buttons and assess if they're all easy to reach in correct locations, I guess. More mobility of them. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, definitely think that that's a very serious concern that we need to action right away.
I think if we involve the operators in testing the new placements, we'll get sign off on whether it's been appropriately placed or not. Yeah,
I think it's just like making sure that they reach the act and like they're all accessible. Accessibility for everyone too, not just certain people. So I think that's also important. And then testing with the workers, so to make sure they're all up to date and they're all working efficiently. I think I should leave that with the assembly line maintenance team. So that'd be you, Eliza, as the supervisor there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can come through and conduct audits and health and safety, myself, to see that they all are up to standard and working efficiently. I feel like all this should be addressed within 7 days, and then any modifications for the emergency stop buttons, I would say 21 days to change them over and put them in more accessible places. We all happy with that?
Sounds like a plan.
That's achievable. Yep.
Sweet. The next item was maintenance and inspection on the agenda. So we're finding incomplete maintenance and inspection records. I think we should propose a digital system, a digital log system, so that way we can always keep reviewing and keep tracking and monitoring. And this will also help us verify weekly completions, and if we're missing something, why we're missing it, and then we can rectify that issue. Maintenance supervisor, I believe that's going to fall under you to make sure that these are getting done. These weekly log inspections, I think, is up to date and in regulated and working okay for the safety of our workers. I believe like this new system, if we do go a new system, should be live at least 90 days. So that's researching into that and seeing what we can do. And then,
it will definitely improve accountability and record keeping for the company.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely something I can look into for sure.
Yeah, perfect. And the last one is training gaps on new machinery and chemical safety. As we kind of mentioned earlier with the chemical handling and safety, we had close calls of people using chemicals with no SDSs and not knowing if it was the correct procedure. So to kind of stop that, I think we should develop and deliver refresher training for all staff on safe of use of machinery and chemical handling, and also making it part of our safety culture that people can speak up if they're unsure, instead of just trying to get on with the job, and just promoting that work health and safety culture. What's your thoughts on that?
I'll definitely develop like a refresher training with a bit more kind of practical demonstrations rather than the theory side for our staff that prefer that kind of practical side of things.
Perfect. And I think it's very important that we're building staff up. So we're not discrediting staff on that. We're trying to promote it so they can speak out, and if they have any issues, they feel heard and acknowledged, and they have that training to fall back on. And And then, yeah, really promote that work health and safety culture within our organisation of green tech manufacturing.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I'm going to leave that with the safety advisor and department supervisors to go through all that training and tick off that everyone has been training. So we're under compliancy. And I think that should be done within 1 month, so 30 days. And then we can convene to make sure that everyone is compliant in that training and acknowledges our safety procedures and workplace procedures. Perfect. Open floor. If anyone's got anything else to discuss or anything like that, or any takeaways from this
That all
meeting?
sounds good. It's, moving in a more safe workplace environment, which pretty keen to be a part of.
Perfect. You guys have the email sent from last time with all the agendas and items and that?
Yes,
You guys
absolutely.
can forward that on to your employees as well, and then also communicate it at toolbox meetings, just so everyone is aware and across what we are trying to put forward here at Green Tech. And then if there's any other questions or anything, they can reach out to me and we can include it into our next safety review meeting, which will be held monthly. And then we can
Sounds
assess
great.
if all these corrective actions have been taken and what we need to work on. Perfect.
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds great. Thanks,
Awesome.
Jordan.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
attending.
Take care.
Perfect. Have a good day, guys. Bye.
See you soon.
See ya. Bye.